Elflings, it's Nico. Oh no, I didn't look up the date. Alexa, what's today's date?
Today is Friday, September 12th.
And this is the weekly update for Elvenspun. Oh my goodness. So, yeah, that's kind of what it is. Yeah. I don't have a whole lot of things to report on. I have been slowly making stuff for the first spoopy adoption. We are not there yet. We are getting there. I did, where did I put them? I did make this month's thank you charms. I am super proud of them. Let me get last month's thank you charms out of the containers. So I made this month's thank you charms. They're bigger than the normal charm size. I was making various sizes of these for probably 4 days. Easy. And then I spent 2 or 3 days trying to make a mold so I can recreate these without going insane. I could not make a smaller size. I really wish I could. But after 3/4 days of just making these in various sizes, various small sizes, they all kind of look like crap except 1 or 2. So I chose the best looking one and made a mold from it. This is the mold that I made. Well, this is what I made the mold from. This was the master. It's supposed to be a sunflower, right? It doesn't really look sunflower-y. This is the sunflower charm. It is bigger than my normal thank you charms, but you know what? After several days, I was like, bump it. This is what we got. I really do love how they turned out. I really do. They're very cute. I just wish I could do it like on the computer screen or on the phone screen and just shrink it just the tiniest bit or enlarge it to make a bigger one. I wish I had that ability in real life, but I do not. So I have a whole bunch of sunflower charms for the month of September. And then this is one of the big ones for my Patreon. I'm pretty sure I'm going to be making this into a hair clip. Super freaking cute. I love this. Anyway, I spent, not last week. Last week I was so from the 1st of September. Was that last week? I don't know. So from the 1st of September, I started working on these thank you charms. So many different sizes. Most of them got squished because they were just clay and I did not bake the clay. I didn't like how they turned out. Literally 3 to 4 days I spent working on them. And then another 2, maybe 3-ish days working on the molds, because the mold, let me show you. These are mostly empty. I only have a little bit on each, but this is 2-part amazing mold putty. It really is pretty freaking amazing. I've made so many of my own molds with this stuff. I need to get more. I need more so badly. This is one of the ways I keep the cost of things lower, because I like trying to make affordable art. So me designing something like a small sunflower and then making a master and then making a mold of it, I can easily make many sunflowers without going insane. It also means that there's less manual time with each sunflower. Yes, all of these tiny little made thank you charms, I like, after I pulled them from the mold, there's still stuff to do on them. Like there are little details I still make sure to add in and make it like up to par. But one of the reasons I can keep my costs lower on stuff after I make them is because I make them from molds. Not everything. Not everything. But like my Foxy Charms, I don't think, oh, I do have Foxy Charms in here. Like the Foxy Charm bodies, made from a mold that I made. I designed the charm, and I think the master charm for this one's in Florida. But I design it, and then I can like do the embellishments and stuff on it. Like this is the blackberry one. I know it's very dark. It's not very easy to see. I don't have one that is not currently put away in a box that I cannot easily reach, but the Nevermore pendants, those are from a mold. My cupcake charms and cupcake pendants, I have a mold. Like the top frosting part and the bottom cake paper part, that's a mold. And for the little ones, I don't have a mold for the cupcake, like the cake part itself, the little chocolate that you can see. I don't have a mold for that. I just do that by hand, and then I add all the embellishments on. And I have it for the bigger ones, the cupcake pendants too. It's a mold. It's just a way I found I can keep my artistic costs lower, offering finished products to you. And it's not everything. This is not a mold. I have to hand sculpt this. Some things are molds. Usually jewelry type stuff is a mold. Oh, I have another one I can show you that's actually kind of not all jewelry stuff. That was just tape. I was letting the tape fall, make sure it wasn't anything else. But like this pumpkin dragon, I made a mold for this style of dragon, and then of course like I decorate it and stuff after. But yes, so some things are molds, some things are not. Like this. That is not a mold. That is just handmade. My little ghosties are not molds. I have another style of ghostie. Like some things are molds and some are not. But it's one of the ways that I can keep. Like that is not a mold. That's just free-handed sculpting. But it's just one of the ways I can keep the cost lower. I still, even to this day, know what it's like not having money. I do not have a lot of disposable income whatsoever. And the disposable income I do have usually goes towards like snacks, like a can of boba or several cans of boba that I stretch and only have like one every few weeks. It's okay. I'm used to not having money, but I know what it's like not to have money and to want to buy art and to want to buy jewelry and to want to buy things that make me happy. So I try to keep my prices as low as I can in order to let people be able to afford art. It's just what I do, and it's what I started out with Elvenspun, because I see so many artists. There are so many things I want to buy. Like if I hit the lotto, I would not tell anybody, but there would be signs. I would have so much art. So much art. Stupid amounts of art just to support other artists. Anyway, I'm sorry, I got on a rant, but I did thank you charms. I then have designed this little, it's a bottle. I was going to say a vial, which is not incorrect. We have a spoopy snake bottle, magic potion bottle. Very cute. I really like it. I think I'm going to keep it matte. The only thing that has shimmer is the rhinestones that are accenting on the little snake. And the snake does have jet bead eyes. So the little eyeball, you can kind of see right there, it is excuse me, it is jet. So we have that. Made that, finished it up earlier this week. I do have the lid. I don't know if I'm done with this one yet. I kind of want it to be done, but at the same time, I kind of want to see if I can add more to it. I have a Haunted Woods magic potion bottle. I really love it. I love it so much. On the top are stars. They glow in the dark. That just represents the moon for me, so it has moons and stars. All the ghosties glow in the dark too. But sorry I'm holding it like this. I don't want to drop it. I really love it. I think it's super cute. And then I dickered around at least for a day this week. I did very little for a single day this week. But on the other side of doing very little, I did quite a bit. These are August's Aliacorn wings. Very pleased with how they turned out. The backs are not done yet. But let me see. And this is the August Aliacorn. So it has all the little metal bits in for like the mane and tail and horn and stuff. I don't think I can hold it. I don't think I can hold it high enough for you to see. So we're just gonna give you a very bad idea. Yeah, I need one more hand to be able to put the other wing on. But it's very pretty. The wing actually, the little bottom feathers actually kind of curl. Ah, there, you can see it curling. Curl over so it's not going to be breaking. It'll be flat on the table. I just got to do the mane and tail and horn, which is honestly the easiest part of the entire Aliacorn. The wings are the most difficult. The body is not difficult, it's just deciding on the body shape and how I want them to be. So this is August. I know August is a little bit late, but it's fine. August and September will be released at the same time. And if I feel very inspired, I will start September tonight. I have, in making August, I made several cutouts of wing blanks because these wings are tall. They are, in general, if I did not have anything behind it, it would be very delicate, and I didn't want to take the chance of it breaking. So I cut out the shape. You can obviously see the color. This is not white clay, it is just the base clay. And then this is white clay. You can definitely see the different color shape. I cut out 2 mirroring shapes. But in cutting out those 2 shapes, I went through 4 or 5 different reject shapes because I would cut out a shape, measure it onto the body to see if it was as tall as I wanted it to be, or if it was too small. I needed to measure it to make it the right size. These ones won, obviously, but in doing that, I made a set of shapes that absolutely did not work, but I freaking love how they look. Like, oh my god, can I even, yeah, this is gonna be, I don't know if it's gonna be this year, but I am using these. I'm probably gonna use these as, or make another one for a template for future use. I'm going to theoretically make a Nightmare Pegasus, and this will be the Pegasus's wings. Love it, love it. It just has like spoopy vibe shape to me. Like that is a nightmare shape. It's gonna have kind of like misshapen wings. Nightmare Pegasus. I want it to be for this year. We will see how everything gets done and what's happening. But that's what I've made this week. I do not have an adoption in the Elven Grove. I do have some spoopy jewelry in the Badass Designers Coven. Currently, it is now open. Like, while I'm making this, it is just past 8 p.m. on Friday. And it's open. Like, I have spoopy jewelry available. It's spoopy jewelry from seasons past. So I haven't made any new spoopy jewelry this year. It is spoopy jewelry that I have that has not found homes yet. So I put it in the coven as offerings for people to adopt if they wish. I need to put this somewhere I don't lose them. I always try and keep these 2 bottles. There you go. That's where they were before, available. I only had that little tiny bit of mold magic. I don't know what that was. So I'm hoarding it. It's not like insanely expensive, but it's expensive in general to buy. It will last a while. I bought that when I first moved up here 5 years ago. It has lasted 5 years. I'm very happy. I made a lot of things with it. So I could show you some of the molds that I have made. Like, you know what? I'm just because I don't know why I'm in like a little talkative, happy mood right now. Let me show you. These are dirty. I wash them before I use them. I don't wash them when I pull them. And I have cats, and there's dust around the house. And one of the bad things about this stuff is that it catches dust and fur and hair very easily. So they're dirty. Don't judge me. They get washed with rubbing alcohol before using. These are my coffin molds. I had used way too much putty mold material for this, but it is a trial and error thing. Also, I never had a problem using this stuff in Florida, but up here, depending on the humidity, it depends on it, whether or not it wants to harden. It's supposed to harden in 20 minutes. It doesn't necessarily cure all the way through in 20 minutes up here in New England. We're above sea level, and the humidity is different, and the sun and the moon look a certain way, so it takes time. So like when I make a mold up here, I have learned I need to give it a day or 2, which is hard for my brain because I did it for like 7-8 years in Florida, and I wait 20 minutes and they're ready to go. Anyway, have some coffin molds. I have my paintbrush molds. Oh, this is the axolotl. Oh, that's not dirt. That's just... Okay. Like, it's dirty. No, it's not dirt. It's fuzz, and then that is a line from something it was sitting on. Probably the piece of tape I put it on, where the tape ended. That is my axolotl mold. Oh, here's the Foxy Charm mold. This one I brought from Florida. It is wearing out. I can tell just by touching it how thin it is. I can also see light through it up on the tail and the head in the middle of the body. This mold's reaching its end. I'm gonna eventually have to make another one. Not right now though. All right, those are the molds that I have that I've pulled out for spoopy season. So, yeah. It's fun. I like doing it. It definitely is a learning process, and I am not a professional mold maker. I have ordered, when I first started, I ordered some molds from people who make molds professionally on Etsy. Is their thing. I'm just gonna, whatever, artistically, professionally. I have a couple of them somewhere because I brought a couple of them up here, but they're very nice. They're very curated. They are very, here's one. I don't know if the shop is still working or still open on Etsy, but it was called the Mold Hut. I love them. They were so good. And this is one of the molds that she made. Beautiful, gorgeous, professional compared to my blobs. My blobs work very well, but it is not a gorgeously curated shape. She knows exactly how much is needed for each mold and whatever. But mine is a blob. Mine are almost always blobs. I've tried to make shapes. In fact, I tried very hard to make shapes with the little sunflower mold. I made several of them. Did not work. It turned out being a blob. That's my sunflower mold. So yeah, that's that part. Okay. So making stuff, making molds. I don't have anything really else to do. I have not stained any of my wood. I have my wooden, God, I want to stain the wood. It's so nice and cool outside. Like there's no bugs right now, but it's kind of too cold. I have not stained any wood yet. I really want to. I just haven't gotten to it because I've been working on other things. And by the time I think about this, it's the end of the night and I'm like, it's a little too late to bring out the stain. Although I did find some newspaper. Dad Carter has a newspaper, and after it expires, like whatever, market basket flyer, I think it's what it is. It's printed on newspaper. So after that is no longer viable for this week, I'm going to grab it before he throws it out to recycling and use it so I don't get the floor and myself all dirty with wood stain. That's the plan, at least. I don't have anything else. I'm very sorry. I don't know how I talked for 21 minutes about very much nothing, probably. But I'm good at that. I'm good at just babbling. Yeah. I know I don't personally feel like I made a lot, but I also know I did do a lot of work. A lot of it was trial and error, mostly for the thank you charms and for the wings. So many wing shapes. And honestly, I learned my lesson with the aquamarine March's Aliacorn, the birthstone Aliacorn for March. I made so many wings, feathered wings. I spent so many hours making wings that had feathers on it. And I was like, they didn't work. I made so many. I have just an odd amount of feathered wings that are, and they're colored too, because like when I bake this, I have to have them colored before they're baked. So I just have like single aquamarine wings lying around. I've currently put them somewhere that way so I don't have to see them. They're in a box that way with other bits of odds and ends of clay that just I'm not dealing with right now. So I did learn my lesson, but it's what I have. It's what I've done this week. I know I don't feel like I've done a lot. I know I don't feel like I have a lot to show for it, but I also do know the amount of work I did was a lot. All right, I'm going to let you guys go. Hopefully upload this right away. Last week's video, I waited days to upload because I finished it and then I just moved on to probably working on these. So my plan is to upload this today on Friday. Work on the back side of the wings so it has their feathering details on, and then finish August up, and then see what I'm in the mood to make. I might start on September's birthstone Aliacorn. I might work on some spoopy things. I also have to find a whole bunch of cutters, like cookie cutter, clay cutters that I have specifically for spoopy season because I want to use some. I didn't use them last year and I want to use them this year. And right now I'm just working on vibes. I'm not working on a particular collection. Vibes. There is no collection. Like all of the other collections are listed out. Doesn't want to, whatever. I have collections listed out. Spoopy season this year is just vibes. So it's what I'm gonna make, how I feel, and my brain is working too fast. I am only gonna make what I feel I want to make that day. I'm not trying to put myself in a box and just do a collection set. I'm just like, I'm working on vibes. I already talked to my husband about me feeling like I am burnt out, but not burnt out at the same time. I was really burnt out last year. I took several months off this year, and now I just feel lazy. Does that make sense? And I feel like I can't get back in the swing of things happily. Even though I make my lists, I do a lot of things off of the lists, but I'm not really happy. So I'm just working off of vibes, and I'm making things that make me happy. There we go. Oh my God, that was so hard to try and put into words. So that's what the spoopy season is about. I'm just going off spoopy vibes and what I want to do, and the basic colors that I have listed, and the theme, like black cats and witchy hats and pumpkins. That's what I'm feeling this year. So I have a lot of things written down. I'm glad I added some blank pages, which is why there are just like 3 or 4 pages in a row that are blank. But yeah, so we're going off of vibes. This part I don't see, that's just the chibi stuff from the flower chibis. This is what I have facing me on, like, literally right in front of me, and I'll just look at it and I'm like, right, vibes. We're not making a checklist, vibes. See how that goes. I'll see how that goes. Vibes might not work, honestly, it might not work, but I haven't ever really just done vibes. I started things for a collection, like in Florida when I first started making stuff, and I was taking custom orders. I got overwhelmed. I had my custom orders booked out for almost a year. And I got overwhelmed and burnt out. Not that it was too much, but I wasn't making stuff that made me happy. I was just making customs, which I like. There's nothing wrong. I really enjoy making customs. I was doing it too much. So I closed my custom books, except for the occasional 1 or 2. Every couple of months maybe, or make a remake of something which I then classified as a custom. But I had my list of stuff that I liked making for each season, each like Valentine's, and like a chocolate theme for Valentine's Day and Christmas, and this is the color scheme for Christmas. But as time went on, I kept adding to that list of the collection, because my collections used to come out in just one big lump. I would do journals and a set amount of creatures like a dragon, unicorn, a Chiron, water horse, a snail dragon, and maybe something else. Turtles. And then I also had the covered journals and covered pens and jewelry, and all of that came out as an adoption in one lump sum together. But as time went on, I kept adding stuff, and so then I did a jewelry collection and a creature collection and a chibi collection and like an odds and ends collection, like stuff that just didn't fit in those categories. And it was fine. It was fine for many years, but after kind of being burnt out and then taking a really prolonged break where I just came downstairs and I sat here and I dickered around on my phone, I did nothing, and I got out of that mindset to just being lazy mindset, and now I'm trying to get back into doing things, but I don't want to get to the point where I feel burned out again. So that's why I'm trying just vibes. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. I'm sorry. I've used a half hour of your time. But I did apparently feel like sharing. I hope you guys have a great weekend. Please stay happy, healthy, and safe. And I will talk to you later. Bye. Mwah. And thank you for watching, especially if you reached the end. I really do appreciate it. I don't know what my views on the YouTube is doing right now. Sometimes I get like 40 views and sometimes I get 1,000 views, and it's just really weird. Not like it's a big thing. I know I'm an inconsistent uploader, so it's cool. It's fine. But thank you if you have stayed, especially listening to me ramble at the end. I'm gonna let you go now. I promise. Bye! Gotta hit the button, otherwise it doesn't turn off.